Hi students, in this video I am going to explain about expert systems, which is the first topic of our 6th module. Okay. For moving to our topic, we have to get some idea about some terms, which is knowledge, expert, skill. Okay. You already know about these things, but as an introduction I am including this. What's actually knowledge? Knowledge is theoretical or practical understanding of subject or domain. Okay. Those who possess knowledge are called experts. Here we are going to discuss about the expert systems, that we are giving expert advice or expert conclusions with AI. Okay. Anyone can be considered as a domain expert if he or she has deep knowledge and strong practical experience in a particular domain. You are already familiar with these terms. Okay. I think you are already familiar with these terms. In general, an expert is a skillful person who can do things other people cannot. Okay. Then human mental process is internal. We know about the human mental process. It's something complicated and it's too complex to be represented as an algorithm. Okay, we know about it because it's based on the neural network. Okay. However, most experts are capable of expressing their knowledge in form of rules for problem solving. For the problem solving methods, we are using rules for representing this knowledge. Okay. Here giving an example of two rules. If the traffic light is green, then the action is go. It's a simple one. If the traffic light is red, then the action is stop. It's actually given as a rule. Okay. Then rule is a knowledge representation technique. The term rule in AI, which is the most commonly used type of knowledge representation, can be defined as an if-then structure that relates given information or facts in the if part to some action in the then part. It's simple one because here we are going to discuss about the rule. Okay, because in this topic we are discussing both expert system and rule based expert system. Okay, so we have to get idea about the rules. Rules is actually an if then structure. There are two parts, if part and then part. If part is also called antecedent, premise or condition. Then part is also called consequent, conclusion or action. Okay, the rule provides some description of how to solve a problem. We have already seen that. Okay, then if then part, there are two parts. Then a rule can have multiple antecedents joined by the keywords and, which is a conjunction or distinction or a combination of both. The example is given here, two types. First one is if antecedent 1 is true and antecedent 2 is true and etc. antecedent n is true, then consequent. Okay, if antecedent 1 is true or antecedent 2 is true, etc. antecedent n, then consequent. The two examples using and or. Okay, the antecedent of rule incorporate two parts, an object and its value. Okay, the antecedent part contains two parts which have an object, which is a linguistic object, and a value to compare. The object and its value are linked by the operator, which can be any operator, logical or comparison operator. Okay. Then rules can represented as relations, recommendations, directives, strategies and heuristics. An example for relation is if the fuel tank is empty, then the car is dead. It's related. Okay, the car is dead because the fuel tank is empty. It's related, so we can say that the rule is relation, type of relation. Okay. Then second one is recommendation. If the season is autumn and the sky is cloud and the forecast is drizzle, then the advice is take an umbrella. There is a chance of rain. Okay, so here we are giving a recommendation or advice. That is the type of recommendation. Then third one is directive. That is if the car is dead and the fuel tank is empty, then the action is refuel the car. That's if there is something we can some facts we can get from the rule, then we can do some action which can be directive from the facts. That's the thing which we are comparing with the if part. If that is true, then the action will be directive from that. Okay, that's if there is no fuel, then we have to refuel the car. The next one is strategy. Here there will be a strategy. Okay, first one is if the car is dead, then the action is check the fuel tank. That is the first step. That is, it will be a strategical method. Okay, if the step 1 is complete and the fuel tank is full, then the action is check the battery. Step 2 is complete. That is, here we are giving step by step methods. That's a strategical method. Okay, that is the term strategy means. Then heuristic method is also, heuristic type rules are also there. That is, if the spill is liquid and the spill pH less than 6 and the spill smell is vinegar, then the spill material is acetic acid, which is a heuristic thing. That is, we have concluding from the given situations what thing will be that. Okay, that is a heuristic type of rule. These are the types of rule. Then we are moving for the basic structure of rule based expert system. Okay, expert system is actually a collection of expert knowledge. Okay, in rule based expert system we are using the rules. That is the only difference between them. Okay, in this structure we can see there are users, then user interface, then knowledge base editor is there, inference engine is there, explanation subsystem is there, general knowledge base is there, then case specific data is there. Okay, here user is giving some data and we will get some facts or get some decision from the expert system. That's what actually happening here. So we are moving for the each part of this system. Okay, the knowledge base contain the domain knowledge useful for problem solving. That's knowledge base will contain the basic knowledge which the expert should know to solve the problem. Okay, in a rule based expert system the knowledge is represented as a set of rules. We have already seen how we will represent a knowledge as a rule. Okay, when the condition part of a rule is satisfied, the rule is said to be fired and the action part is executed. That is, the then part will be executed. Okay, if the facts given by the user is true for a rule, then the rule will be fired and the action part is executed. That is what actually doing with this knowledge base. Okay, knowledge base is actually a collection of knowledge. That's what knowledge base is. In rule based system it will be a collection of rules. Okay, the database or case specific data include a set of facts used to match against the if condition part of rules stored in the knowledge base. Actually, case specific data is actually the specific data which is based on the specific case. That is, when which case we are going to discuss, there will be related facts about this case. The set of that fact will be inside this case specific data. Okay, those facts will be matched against the if condition, and which rule is satisfied, then it will be fired. That's what actually the thing doing here. Part of the rule stored in the knowledge base. Okay, the inference engine carries out the reasoning whereby the expert system reaches a solution. It links the rules given in the knowledge base with the facts provided in the base database. Okay, inference engine actually carry out the reasoning. That is, we have to find out a solution for the problem. Okay, for that we have given some facts in the database and we are using that facts and the rules that we have some knowledge which is in the knowledge base, and using the current facts and the knowledge base we are making some solutions. That's what actually the inference engine doing. Okay, it's combining the facts and the knowledge base. Simply it's combining. Okay, then the explanation subsystem. The explanation subsystem enable the user to take the to ask the expert system how a particular conclusion is reached and why a specific fact is needed. That is, for an expert system, it should be explanative. That is, it has the capacity to explain why it is done such, that's why it is concluded like this. So the system can explain the reason. For that, we need an explanation subsystem. Explanation subsystem actually explaining how a particular conclusion is reached and why a specific fact is needed. Okay, an expert system must be able to explain its reasoning and justify its advice, analysis, or conclusion. That's an important part in the expert system. The user interface is the mean of communication between users seeking a solution to the problem and expert system. We have already seen the user interface. There are question and answers will be the menu driven options will be the natural language can be given, or graphical interface can be used as an interface. That is user interface. Okay, user interface is simply used to give an interface for the user to interact with this expert system. Okay, then the last one is knowledge base editors, which help the programmer locate and correct bugs in the program's performance, often accessing the information provided by the explanation system. Okay, here the explanation subsystem will give the output. Okay, by using those outputs and the feedbacks, the knowledge base editor actually improving the performance. Okay, which will be correct the bugs in the program's performance. Actually, knowledge base is using for that. Okay, these are the parts. Then we are moving for two methods for problem solving in expert system, that is forward chaining and backward chaining. Forward chaining is nothing but, I have already discussed about forward chaining and backward chaining in the first module. Forward chaining is a data driven reasoning. The reasoning starts from non-data. Okay, that's from the facts, and proceed forward with that data, and we will reach into a conclusion. Okay, when a rule fired, the rule adds a new fact in the database. Any rule can be executed only once. In this system, any rule can be executed only once. The match fire cycle stops when no further rules can be fired. This is the main idea about forward chaining. That is, forward chaining. In forward chaining, we will get some facts, and using that fact, we will find other facts, and from that, we will find next level of facts, and finally, we will reach some solution. That is what actually forward chaining doing. Then backward chaining is actually the reverse of this. Backward chaining is a goal driven reasoning. In the forward chaining, we are using data driven. That is by using the facts. Okay, in backward chaining, goal driven reasoning. In backward chaining, an expert system has the goal, that is the final solution, and the inference engine attempts to find the evidence to prove it. Okay, the inference engine attempts to evidence to prove it. That is, the already given facts will be used for that. Then first, the knowledge base is searched to find the rule that may have the desired solution. Then the rule is fired and the goal is proved. If there is a goal, then we will find out the rule which is satisfying this goal. From that, we will find another goal that must be satisfied for this particular rule, and we will find out the previous step of that also. That is, we are moving from goal to the data here, backward chaining. Okay, this is the two types of chaining. In the next video, I will discuss the example for backward and forward chaining. Okay, thank you.